back to my channel. I'm the host, John Shaft, and this is my C7 Corvette channel. Today's video is on about my C7 Corvette and the problems and issues that I have had with this car. One of the main problems of issues that I have had with my vehicle is I had to get a clutch replacement. It's a manual vehicle. I had to get a clutch replacement early part of this year, and the vehicle was down for almost 2 months before they was able to repair it and get it back to me. And that was due to several different reasons, from parts shortage to the pandemic and other vehicles that was already there to be serviced in front of me, which I had to wait on them to get their parts because they was in front. It was already on the lift, so it cost me to have it cost me to have to go almost 8 weeks without my vehicle just to get a clutch replacement. And if you want to know how much it costs to get a clutch replacement on a Corvette for this C7, I got a clutch replacement, and I got a PM oil change, and that was $4,200, $4,200. And another issue I had with my vehicle, my radio went out, and as you know, it's not a radio. It's more like a small computer. The last cold front that we had in Birmingham, Alabama, prior to it becoming spring in the early part of 2021, my computer went out. I got in the vehicle one morning, and she wouldn't crank. She wouldn't start up. Then when she did start up, she was turning the radio up and down, and all kinds of lights and things like that was going off and on. And eventually the radio just shut down, and it just it wouldn't do nothing. No computer screen, nothing. And that thing that you call a radio is really not a radio. It's more like a computer monitor, and that's your computer to your vehicle. But anyway, I had to have the car. I took the car to the dealership and had it serviced, and that took about I think that took about a week, 4 days to a week. And they had to go inside the radio. First of all, they didn't know what was going on with it, and so they had to go inside the radio and replace what you call a cluster, and that was about $2,600. And that didn't include replacing that radio, getting that new unit. They just went inside and replaced the what you call cluster. And like I said, we label this as a radio, but it's actually not a radio. It's actually a computer. And so I asked them, what would it cost if I had to replace the whole unit? And the young lady told me that don't worry about that for now, because that's not, she don't think that's a problem. And if that is becomes a problem, then that's another issue we have to address, because replacing that radio or stereo unit is very, very expensive. And this is the thing here that I'm talking about. This control your vehicle. And like I said, that was $2,600. And now I'm having a problem with the blower, air conditioning blower on the inside of the vehicle. She comes on, goes off, comes on, goes off. It's almost like a shortage or something in it. And she does that on her own. I don't know what's wrong with it, so I'm going to have to eventually take it back to the shop for that. And I'm also having emission problems. It's sounding kind of funny. And she's running kind of funny too. She's still running great, still fast, but I can tell something's wrong with it. And I'm getting signals, email and text messages from our own store telling me that I need to get it by the shop and have it serviced. And the other problems and other issues I have is this car just replacing the tires and doing an oil change. Nothing too major besides the clutch. And other issues I have had of other people running into the back of my car. And my car has been hit 3 times in the back. And the last time was about a week or so ago. You can kind of tell if you look at it hard enough. It has a crease right here and right there, and it has some creases right there also. And the guy was driving a pickup truck, and he claimed that he did not see my vehicle as I was sitting at the traffic light, and the light was red at that. And let's see what else I have had done to this vehicle. Yeah, one of my children was driving my vehicle, and at many times I used to talk about this. When you drive my car and you take the top off and then you put it back on, do not become a member of the exclusive high club. And that club is putting the top on and not fastening it down and going down the highway. It's going to blow off. And luckily when it happened to him, it blew off, but it didn't shatter, it didn't break, but it did leave some scratches on the inside of the toggle top. And so I'm gonna have to deal with that sooner or later. And another issue I had was the front end right here. And that happened when I was trying to travel to a customer, and a big old truck came around me in a storm, and he literally blew me off the road. The stability track, the ABS, and all that stuff, it didn't work that particular time. And I was only driving like 61 miles an hour when that happened. And yeah, he literally blew me off the road, and I landed in the median, spun around by 3 times. And I was blessed that I didn't tear up my vehicle. When I finally stopped, I was so scared that I wasn't so scared of my life or anything like that. I was afraid I had tore up my car. But the only thing, like I said, the only damage I had was this key coming loose. And I had a rear end diffuser on the back of it. And as you can see, my rear end diffuser also missing. And there was 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. It's not such a big deal. I'm gonna eventually get this replaced replaced anyway, because I wanted to get the one with the diffuser already made into it. And then the front end, I think is that online store, that Corvette online store. I can't think of the name of it right now. But they offer a Stingray, ZR1 packager, and what that is that you get the ZR1 front end, and you get the side skirts, and you get the high wing spoiler, and makes your Stingray look like a miniature ZR1. And so that's what I'm going to do to remedy that problem. But other than that, I haven't had too many issues. It's been a great vehicle, and I have had it now for 2 years, a little over 2 years, and she has 130,000 miles on it. Believe it or not, 130,000 miles, and she's still climbing. And she is my first Corvette, and yes, I am new to the Corvette family. And no, I am not a person, not a middle-aged man going through a middle-age crisis like a lot of people think when you get yourself a sports car. But what I am is a 19-year-old kid that wanted a Corvette many years ago, and that dream came true for me 2 years ago at the age of 57.